going to show you how to set up the working battleship now. So you're going to start with the VMod tool gun. You're going to want to go to schematics, and in this case, we're going to load the VMod one with the interior because it's the whole thing. The one without the interior, it would be pretty similar, just there would be less things to do. So we're on a water-only world right now, so it's a little bit hard to load it in. So it's going to be kind of stuck underwater. But we can solve that once it's here just by going to the ship, looking at it, and doing the command vs get ship. Now we know what its slug is, which means we can come up here. Let's just move out of the way, this other stuff a little bit. And we can do vs teleport its slug to right here. And now it's unstuck. And when it's first spawned in, we want to just make sure that it has a ship helm on it somewhere. It does not have one, so just stick a ship helm here. And now it's going to start floating to the surface, but the weights are still going to be kind of messed up, so you're going to want to relog most likely. Here, the little front section that was glitched is now back. Now we just have to give it a sec and see. Oh, here we go. Looks like the weight should be resolved now. Yeah, now it's the weight is good, so we'll just leave the ship helm here for a little bit. But if we turn on the hitboxes, you'll see that the glue already exists on all of the different things that need to be glued. So let's just start with some of the obvious things. Let's start with the radar. To assemble it, all you have to do is come down here and click the radar bearing, and then you'll see it turns into a bigger hitbox like that. There are 4 of these that you're going to want to do. Now let's go assemble the propellers, which are located down here at the back of the ship. You just have to click them. You can see once you click the bearings, looks like we have a little bit of ghost power in here. So what we're going to go do now is we're going to go fix up this section here and try to figure out what happened with the ghost power. I am removing some things here to try to get it to realize that it doesn't have anything here. Also, I'm going to give myself night vision to hopefully so I can see a little better down here. We're going to try relogging again to get this ghost power out of here. Okay, we can't get the ghost power out of here yet, so just switch this to a different network. Ghost power is existing on channel 1 of Battleship Power right this moment. These things are really buggy. They get ghost powered a lot. This is also ghost powered, so there's nothing I can do about that other than break and replace it. So make sure we get the links back. We get the flower code, and we need a gearbox. We should already have a gearbox. So that's the resistor. Okay, so the resistor was generating the ghost power here. So we don't have to break anything else. We just do that, put the flower back, put the propeller back. There we go. Now we need to rebuild this section. This speed controller goes here. Cogwheel, what speed is the controller set to? 64. Then we put another controller down there, and we need to set it to this rotation at the top, like that. 256, put that back. Okay, now it should be good, so we can try to turn these engines on. So the little starter engines here already have gas, so just flick these levers to start the stuff, and we'll just come over here and we'll watch and wait. And it's not going to start because they don't... Well, no, they have air. Oh, no, it did start. Okay, cool. We don't have to break and replace anything. So once you see that that has 200,000 stress units, you can turn these off. That means the engines are on now. But then you're going to want to flick this lever here to start sending power further. And flick this lever to start sending more power. Looks like it started spinning some of the propellers. Why? Oh, right, because we didn't rebuild this. We need to put the gearbox back here, and we need to put that back there. So all the propellers are being spun now, and we need to stop that. Now that the engines are on, we're going to go to the bridge. And we're going to flick this until it updates that. It didn't realize that was supposed to be on. Now that should be powering the resistors back here, which should have cut off the propellers. Yep, propellers are off. So that's good. Let's test the other controls up here. Let's remove this a little bit so we can see. Now the propellers are spinning. The propellers are spinning clockwise. So if I flick the reverse button, they should start spinning counterclockwise. Only some of them did, so something is not working. It looks like that got messed up. There's supposed to be a flower there. Okay, now they're both spinning the opposite direction. Let's try this again. It might be that there may be something else there. Okay, now they're both spinning in opposite directions, which means that the rotation coming out of each engine would already be reversed or different, which means we have to move this. So one of them has to be moved, like move that to the bottom. Now they're both spinning the same direction. So we know that reverse is working. Let's go test the steering now. Steering is done from this large propeller up here, so you're going to want to assemble it. Looks like it's starting automatically, which means there may be some ghost power in here because this is on. It's supposed to not be doing anything. Yep, it looks like this resistor has ghost power, so we're going to need to get the codes for the link back. Break this resistor, and now the ghost power should be gone from it, and we're going to put the link back. Make that receiver, and then set that to the propeller, and then the oxide daisy. Those are all the circuits down there for it. They should already be working, but we're going to see. Looks like we're missing a speed controller here. Looks like it got messed up. Just set that to the maximum speed. Now we can put this back and reassemble it, and let's see. You might need to update this like that, but this will be going straight when it is set to 8, but if we move it to 9, it should start spinning it a little bit. Yep, it is spinning it a little bit, and it's spinning it a little bit counterclockwise. Moving it to 15 should spin it faster counterclockwise. Yep. And if we move it all the way to 0, it should spin clockwise fast. Yep, so it looks like steering is working. While you're here, you might as well remove that ship helm now. We don't need it. And let's check the radar. See if the radar is active. Yep, the static front and rear radar is active. And how about the other static radars? Yep, the other static radars are active. So we're going to now assemble the big search radar, which is toward the back of the ship, all the way at the bottom. In here, just click that, and now the huge radar started, which displays up here, one level below the bridge. Doesn't look like it has done anything. Also, are we moving? Oh, we are. So try breaking and replacing this. You might have to break and replace this thing. And let's see. Is it going to remember that it's linked? Yes, it is remembering that it's linked to here. So there's the radar. It looks like the ship is moving as well, which is, yep, we are moving, which is good, but we know it's working because those propellers are on back there, but we don't really want it to do that, so just move this to 15 and it'll stop moving. We're now going to start assembling the turrets on this thing. We're going to start with the anti-aircraft turrets. I'm only going to show you how to do one because they're all done the exact same way. So if we come down here, we'll look at this one. If you pull out your glue, I don't have a glue. If you pull out glue, you can see that it's already got the glue for it. So just open a trapdoor. There's always a trapdoor somewhere nearby that has a valve handle. And just spin the valve handle some. As long as it has the interact me already there, and as long as this is set to only place when anchor destroyed, then it's going to assemble the turret the perfect way the first time. Now you can flick these levers and it's going to assemble the guns. Once you've assembled the guns, you're going to get a shaft and you're going to get another valve. You're going to place a shaft here and a shaft here and a valve at the end of the shaft. Now you can not, okay. You're going to have to increase the stress you're going to have to increase the stress capacity on the valve. So go to the crate mod settings, go to the gameplay settings, go to kinetics, and go to stress values, capacity, copper valve handle, just set it to 64. That probably is good. Yep, now we can spin the valve handle and we can use that to raise the guns up. And now we should also just be able to pull down on that one time and it'll start shooting a little bit. If you pull down on it a lot, it will start shooting very quickly. Or not. Why not? Oh, there we go. It took a moment to realize. So that's how that works. And you set these all up the same way. They all just need the guns to be assembled and then a shaft and a valve to be added so that you can move the elevation up. But otherwise, they're ready to go. And there's 11 other of those things around here that you have to do. There are a number of smaller guns that you can use yourself. They all just have the little, like a lever to assemble them. I guess it gets messed up. Sometimes you have to break and replace it for it to assemble the gun. And you can add ammo to it, but they're just manually operated. There's one here. There's a lot of them scattered around the area. Now let's look at these other small turrets here. These work very similarly. So just come over here, make sure the interactomy is there, and flick the lever. And now it assembled this. And then flick the lever. Okay, cool, we got that. You can spin this valve handle to raise it. And then this is the fire control for these turrets. These ones are unique. There are only 2 of them, and they're both right here. Now let's go to the big guns, the bigger guns. We're going to do the 5-inch guns on this side. They should already be good to go and ready to basically start working, I think. So let's figure that out. Up here, this is the fire control room for each side of the 5-inch guns. Let's say we want this side over here, this side here, left side. And so grab this controller. And it should just work when you open the controller up and then start pushing A or D. Yes, it did. So you can see it assembled 5 gun turrets at once here. And they should all be interactive entities. Yep, they are. They all have an interactomy here. If they don't, for whatever reason, occasionally they get deleted, you can re-add one. So these are all assembled. You can spin them around. You can move them. Now we need to assemble the guns on them. So we're going to come through here. We're going to go down to this level. And this is where we assemble the guns. So we have a bunch of stuff on either side. Make sure that all the redstone is here. Sometimes redstone gets deleted. It doesn't look like it did in this case. So if you flick that lever, it's going to assemble every single gun barrel on this side, which can be kind of laggy. But for demonstrations here, you now can raise up all of them at one time. It's very slow though, but you can see all of them are raising. And if we were to press spacebar, all of them shoot. And all of them should just automatically reload. Let's make sure. Yep, this mechanical arm has all of its outputs. Occasionally mechanical arms, they forget their outputs, and if that happens, you just have to make it deposit to each cannon mount, deposit to the chute, and pick up from that depot. So we can shoot again. But let's say you only want to control a couple of these. Well, let's flick this lever. Let's disassemble them all. Let's say you only want to control the middle one. Well, come around here. The middle one, in this case, is the yellow one. You can check the color coding on each gun just looking here. See, that's the yellow one, so it only assembled this. And let's say you only want to use the controller for that one. You only want to control that. Just put this back. And here you can see it's color coded. You can grab this controller. And this controller will only affect the middle one here. You see it can raise and lower it, and you can shoot just the middle one. And each one has its own controller. So you can do that with all of them, including on this side. In terms of troubleshooting these, make sure that they all have an interactomy. All of them, it should be located right there on all of them. If it doesn't, you can add it. Make sure that the bearings are always set to the only place when anchor destroyed. And of course, make sure they have glue. And if you want to disassemble these, maybe when they're not in use, you want to save on some lag, you just click the bearing and that will disassemble it. Occasionally when disassembling it though is when the interactomy will get deleted, which we actually just saw happened here. So to Just be aware that when you're disassembling them, it sometimes removes the interact me, in which case you have to re-add it. Otherwise, when you assemble it again, it's going to assemble, but it's going to be a normal crate mod contraption, and the guns aren't going to work. Our last step is going to be assembling these turrets. For some reason, this kind of looks like it already assembled. I'm not sure why, and we might discover some issue with this here. Let's try to disassemble it. I really don't know why it would have already done that. To disassemble, oh yeah, it most definitely has. To disassemble it, you come down here, and you at the very bottom level of the ammo room, and you click that bearing, and now that disassembles the whole thing. Okay, yeah, I don't know why it came assembled. It's not supposed to do that. I guess it didn't hurt anything though here though. Either way, we are going to assemble it now. So once you get inside the turret, or inside this one, you're going to grab the controller that is here. This is how you assemble it, just like with the other guns. Although, since we disassembled it, make sure there's an interact me. It probably went away. It did. There's supposed to be an interact me right here. It would assemble, it just wouldn't be usable. So now that that's back, you can open this up and just press A or D. And you can see now it has assembled it, and it starts moving. And everything under here also moves with it. The whole thing spins. So now that we have that, we are going to attempt to assemble the guns. If you click that, it's supposed to assemble all 3 guns. It looks like it did. You can raise, you're supposed to be able to raise all of the guns up using this. We are not because reasons. Reasons in that the mechanism down here broke. Did it break anywhere else? I assume that ghost power has something to do with this. Ghost power causes a lot of problems. But that's why I'm making this tutorial, because things break. So this mechanism broke. You're going to get a large cogwheel back. Put the large cogwheel there. Get a vertical gearbox. Put the vertical gearbox here. Should already be set to 2. Put that back. Now, you can raise it up by pushing W, and you can lower it by pushing D. And we can spin it, or pushing S rather, and then A and D will spin it. Now, for loading this thing, since explosions here are potentially very bad, we are going to verify that it's working first. Also, we seem to have lost this. If that happens, you're going to have to break and replace it and build it off of the caution blocks. I don't really know why this happens, because it's within the glue and it's still attached, but it sometimes doesn't bring those with it, which is weird. Anyways, we're going to disassemble this, and we're going to come through here, and I am going to break and replace the breech and those blocks. We're just going to put like 3 of the thick steel cannon chambers. Now, I saw that the stuff came out of it, so I think it's probably fine. But like I said, if this gets damaged, it's extremely bad. And we want to be very cautious about that. So just put all that back. We're now going to shoot 1 barrel at a time. So if you come over here, if you want to assemble 1 barrel, maybe the left one, flick that. Again, it's color-coded, and it you can see it got reloaded because it gave me that achievement. Let's raise this barrel up. Also, you don't have to use a controller for this. You can also use this stuff back here. It has the like the color coding, so, and that indicator. So if we flick that lever, it's also just going to raise this barrel up. Now let's turn it kind of out of the way. We'll stop the raising, and if we want to shoot all of them, you can use the link controller for left shift, but you can also just push this button, which will shoot just that one, which it looks like it did. If we want, though, we'll just wait a minute, and we can shoot it again. Now, it's very bad if you try to shoot it before it's fully loaded, because then barrels or shells will get stuck in the barrel, and then it won't shoot, and or it could get jammed and blow itself up. So make sure to wait at least like a good 3 to 5 seconds between shooting, just to be very safe. Otherwise, it could be really bad. So we're just going to assemble all these. I'll just show you this. We'll just assemble them all. Raise them all up. Get it out of the way of the front of the ship, and I will shoot all of them now. There we go. So that's working. The rest of the turrets are operated the exact same way. Let me just put this back. I would recommend leaving these assembled because of they're a lot more involved and can be kind of bad if they're messed up. So I would just leave these assembled. Down here we have to got to fix this controller thing here because the same thing broke. So just put the cogwheel back, gearbox back. Oh, we actually have ghost power right here. Very interesting. Let's take a look at this. It's at 2. And that shaft is ghost powered. Very nice. Thank you, Create Mod. So let's put this back. Let's move this to 2 on the bottom. We'll put this back. Okay. So that's fixed. Let's check the rear turret. Did the rear turret also get broken with ghost power? Is it infected? Yep. The rear turret was also infected and is receiving ghost power. Uh-oh, but more of the rear turret is infected with ghost power. These chain drives are infected with ghost power. Okay, did I remove the infection? Yep. I'm going to assemble the rear turret because there might be some other issues that I might need to show you. Let's get this. Do we have it interact with me? We do. Okay, so assemble. It's not assembling, which means that down here, more ghost power has infected it and broken it. So down here, it's getting power just fine from that. This is infected with ghost power, though. That is not infected with ghost power. Okay. So here we go. It's supposed to just be probably 2. No, it's probably supposed to be 1. And then there is this clutch. Inverted clutch goes here. It has 2 links on either side. The color coding on the top is going to be lime wool, and then the other part is going to be what? A left arrow decal? And a right arrow decal? Let me see if this assembles it now. Yeah, that assembled it, and it spins it in both directions. Okay, good. That's working. Let me see if this is going to work. Okay, so raising and lowering is also good. For good measure, let's try to assemble the other turret and make sure that there weren't any other problems with it while we're here. So let's grab its controller. It's the second one in the front. And it looks like it's done fine. Also, it auto-assembled the... Oh, that was already on. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It auto-assembled the gun turrets there. But it moves. Why don't we try raising and lowering it? Raising and lowering seems to work. I'm going to be ambitious and try to shoot the cannons. Okay, cool. It worked fine. It probably will work fine if you shoot them right out of the box. It probably will. You probably don't need to break and replace it. It's just I'm probably a little bit more paranoid about this stuff because I've had a lot of issues with it when I was making it that take a lot of time to fix. So I think that's everything set up now. I guess I'm just going to like try driving it a little bit and see if something got inverted. So let's pull this back. Let's pull this back. And this is not flicked, which means we should just start going forward. Yeah, we are going forward. And let's make sure the turning is working. Let's try to turn to the right. So let's move this to power 15. Make sure that we didn't get something. Nope, it's not. You can see it's definitely turning. You can make it turn faster just by building a bigger propeller here if you want. And you can always make it go faster by building bigger propellers back there or adding sneaky rocket boosters somewhere. So other than that, it looks like we're good to go. If you want to shut the engines off, you can do that pretty easily. All you have to do, let's just shut off one engine, is just flick that lever. And that will stop. Well, that didn't stop this. Also, where is it getting that much stress from? There is a continued ghost power in here. This is ghost power. Okay. I mean, ghost powering basically just means you have to break and replace the stuff until you find out where the source of it is. The entire Battleship Power 1 channel appears to be receiving ghost power. I really don't know on that, guys. So if it's working, great. Relogging sometimes makes ghost power go away. Just one of these is supposed to be Battleship Power 1, basically. There shouldn't be any creative motors anywhere. I'm not going to say that there might not be one that I forgot about. I don't think there is. I do think it's ghost powered because this has happened before. So it may even be that something else like Battleship 1 is ghost powered, but these are not ghost powered, but then this is like just magically powered. So a number of things seem to be magically powered, which can be broken and replaced. There may be an issue with like when the schematic was saved. There can be. I had a huge problem with that on the submarine that was really annoying to try to fix. So I might see if I can do something about that. Otherwise, you can go around and breaking and replacing things. You can, I guess, leave it if it's not really breaking stuff. If it broke it the one time and you fix it, great. Oh, by the way, these are these are the creative spawner things for the shells. You might want to get rid of them. That just spawns the medium cannon ones. These are the ones for the big cannons as well. Also, I should probably mention, because it is important, that if you use cartridges in the main turrets that are anything other than 2 out of 4 power, it's going to jam or they're going to blow up. So you absolutely have to use 2 out of 4 power. Unless you want it to explode or get jammed, or maybe both. Anyways, ghost power aside, that is how you set this up. And I may go and I may try to fix the schematic things with ghost power. May or may not be an issue for you. Anyways, hopefully that helped. And good luck with the battleship.